Hey everybody, this is Lord Tremendous. I got another battle report here for you. This one is a 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous, that's me, versus Gagzon Elf of the Ogre Kingdoms. No, that's not what he names himself. That's just what I like to call his general because he didn't name him. When are they ever going to learn? My army list is different this time. I've been off for a little while, so I've had time to think about my list and I've changed some things up. Uh, my general is still a Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's got the Mark of Tzeentch. He has Chaos Armor and Wings. He's a level 4 wizard with the Charm Shield, the Dragonbane Gem, the other Trickster Shard, Scaled Skin, Soul Feeder, and I gave him the Demon Blade. And I went with the Demon Blade because, honestly, even when I hit myself, I have a 1/3 chance to not wound, and then I've got a 4-up, a 5-up, and then Soul Feeder if I actually do get the wound through and I don't kill myself. And I just like the idea. Plus, I don't know if you can see it or not in the background, but that's my new Demon Prince model, and it's so Tzeentchy and the blade is so demony. How could I not? So yeah, that's a new change. He's level 4 now too, so that's kind of a boost. I like that, and yeah, he uses lore Tzeentch because I like the lore. I really do. My heroes are pretty much the same. The Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Tzeentch. He's still got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's still my BSB. He's still in a demonic mount that's barded. He has a halberd. I dropped the shield because I just don't care about it anymore. He's got the Talisman of Preservation, Potion of Foolhardiness, which I forget to use every single time. The Third Eye of Tzeentch, and I gave him Poisonous Slime because it used to be on my Demon Prince, but with the magic weapon you can't use it anymore. And so I figured, why not? The BSB's got it now, because I like me some poisonous attacks. I really do. And last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, Ashicus the Muse. He's Mark Slaanesh. He's a level 2 wizard. He's on a steed of Slaanesh, the Slickness, because he is. He's got an enchanted shield. I swapped out and gave him the Skull of Catan because I like it. I do. His leadership really isn't used all that often because he's in a unit. I can choose what combats he gets into, and it's nice to be able to channel with 6 dice as opposed to 1. Even though every once in a while my leadership goes down to like nil. And he's also got the Talisman of Endurance, the Allura Slaanesh, and the Lora Slaanesh because it's a very cool lore. My core choices have changed a little bit. I now have 24 Warriors of Chaos with the Mark of Tzeentch. They have a full command, hand weapon shield, and the Blasted Standard because it saves lives. I dropped my other unit of warriors, and I now have a chariot with the Mark of Tzeentch and another chariot, this one with the Mark of Slaanesh. And the conversion, you can kind of see it in the picture in the background there, is a big old wet mess. It's called Orcish Elegance because I think it's hilarious to have orcs converted over to Chaos Warriors under Slaanesh of all the gods, and they just want to be pretty in their chariot. And that's what they think pretty is, the big wet mess back there. It's hideous, and I love it. I have new special choices, 3 trolls with extra hand weapons, 5 Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders. They've still got the banner, musicians, spears, and shields because you don't mess with perfection. The Chimera is still there with poison and regen, and of course, yeah, he's just entirely too cool not to bring. My opponent's army it was the usual ogre general that I face. He had a Slaughtermaster who was a level 4 wizard, Warrior Bane. He had the Armor of Fortune, the Crown of Command, and the Lore of the Great Maw. Yes, it was very kind of him to actually give me an army list. I appreciate that. His heroes were a Butcher, a level 2 wizard, Gambler's Armor, Dispel Scroll, Dragonbane Gem, and he used the Lore of Heavens. And he also had a Bruiser, who was his BSB. He had a Heavy Armor and Iron Fist. He had a Lookout Noblar and the Rune Maw, which is the one where if you cast a spell at them on a 2-up, you have to direct it at a different unit. His core choices were a brick of 12 Iron Guts with full command and a Banner of Swiftness, because let's face it, Movement 7 Ogres just isn't silly enough, right? And then he had another unit of 11 Ogres with full command. His special choice were 3 Naked Mournfang, and he had some rare choices. He had 2 Iron Blasters and a Thunder Tusk. So yeah, pretty solid list, to say the least. A lot of monsters. Here are my spells. As you can see, 4 from Tzeentch, 2 from Slaanesh. Very impressive, I know. Here are his spells, and they are marked with the dice. The Great Maw spell, Troll Guts, the signature spell, and the #1 spell. And yep, this is his army list. I took pictures, but the 2 dice mark what his butcher had for spells: the Harmonic Convergence and Ice Shard Blizzard. Here's deployment. As you can see, he tried a little bit of a denied flank there. It kind of threw me off a little bit. That's why my Hellstriders are way over there on the right. But in all fairness, there was nowhere else for them to really go, so I figured I'd shuttle them around that house and see what happens there. This is his right flank. As you can see, there's his 3 Mournfang on the side there. There's his Iron Blaster on top of the hill. The Iron Guts are actually about 2 or 3 inches back. They just kept sliding down the hill, so that's not their actual position. They're a bit too far forward, a few inches too far forward, but there's a dice marking it you can't see. So no, we're not cheating. We're just trying to do our best with what physics allows us to do. There's his Thunder Tusk and a unit of Ogres. His Iron Guts also have his BSB and his Slaughtermaster in there. The Ogres on the right side have his Butcher. And his center, there's his other Iron Blaster. So yeah, it's a pretty solid flank denial. There's my right flank with my Hellstriders that desperately have to do something because they have to get into this game. There's the Chimera hiding behind the house just in case he got to go first. I didn't want to catch a cannon to the face. Here's my center. There's my 3 Trolls with extra hand weapons with my BSB attached to them, so they pass their stupidity check. The Gorebeast Chariot you see right there is not a Gorebeast Chariot. It's a trick. It's a trick! It's really a regular chariot with Mark Zinch. And the chariot you see to the left there, the big wet mess right there, the huge contraption, is my Orcish Elegance Mark Slaanesh chariot, because it's the hotness. And then, of course, my left flank has my Chaos Warriors, my Mutalith, and my new Demon Prince on the table. So, top of turn 1, this is after movement. As you can see, I got to go first, and we kind of trundled up a little bit. My center kind of stayed back slightly. I didn't want to catch the charge from the Thunder Tusk and the Bulls, unless he got really lucky. And I wasn't too worried about his Iron Blaster charging my BSB with the Trolls, because I figured I could withstand that easily and crush him. And you can't see it, but the Hellstriders are actually behind the house. They went 20 inches and they ended up behind the house. So they're there. You just can't see them. Started off magic phase with a boom. The Mutalith fired off his spell at the Iron Guts. And the Iron Guts, of course, had the Rune Maw. That's when I found out about it. And I had to see what I was close enough to hit, and I was just close enough to hit the Mournfang. So I was like, all right, fine, Mournfang. And I roll a 1. So now, yay, they cause fear for the rest of the game. Whoop-de-doo. But I made him take 6 toughness tests, and he failed 3. He failed 3. So one of the Mournfang dies. God, anybody who says anything negative about a Mutalith just does not know what they're missing. It's just the perfect model. It really is. Not to be outdone by a simple monster, my Demon Prince goes ahead and fires off Infernal Gateway right at the Iron Blaster, and I roll... How many hits was it? It was like 15 Strength 10 hits because I rolled an 11 for the Strength. So, needless to say, the Iron Blaster was no more. Everyone passes their panic checks, just in case you were wondering. Over here, bottom of 1 after movement, he comes forward a lot. The Iron Guts come flying up. The Mournfang actually kind of shimmy away from the Demon Prince. I was about 4 inches away from him, so he was able to wheel and get past him, which really sucked. But he wasn't able to get out of my line of sight, which he realized too late, which was kind of cool, actually. Meanwhile, the Thunder Tusk and the Ogres come up, and the Iron Blaster that's remaining just kind of sits there, because it's got a perfect shot at pretty much anything. So his magic phase, I easily dispel. I think he had like a 4 or something like that for his magic phase, and I used the Skull of Catan to keep me above him, and so his magic phase was a wash. No, that's not entirely true. I think he got regen off army-wide, but that wasn't a big deal. But anyway, he goes to his shooting phase, and... boom! He rolls a misfire 2, which means his barrel cracks and it can't shoot for the rest of the game. So yeah, he's not happy at this point at all, and I understand. All of his cannons are gone, and one of his Mournfang are already dead. He is not happy with me right now. So yeah, here's top of two, and because I've got plenty of friends, I decide I'm going to charge with everything. And my warriors are the only ones that miss their charge. The Demon Prince goes into the rear of the Mournfang. The chariots, the BSB and the trolls, and the Chimera go into the unit of bulls because I can. The warriors tried to charge this Thunder Tusk, and I failed. I rolled like a 3, so they went like 2 or 3 inches forward. It wasn't very good. And the Hellstriders hit the flank of the cannon because why not? You know, I've got the combat res to take care of him. There's a little picture of my Demon Prince. Is that not a cool model? I love that model. Right in the back of the Mournfang. This represents the first battle with this Demon Prince, this particular model, and kit out actually, so it was kind of exciting. Over here, yeah, the bulls start to wonder why they're getting all the attention. And there's the Hellstriders, looking to get devastating charge, hopefully. Right here, I realized this a day after the game was over. I didn't realize that Glean Magic was a direct damage. For some reason, I thought it was a hex. We all thought it was a hex. I know it's right there in bold letters on the card, but I never said I was intelligent. But yeah, as you can see, I screwed up. I used Glean Magic on a model that was in combat, and it got off, and I stole his Harmonic Convergence or something like that. Our mistake, you know, or my mistake, I'm sorry, our mistake. My mistake, completely didn't realize it until the next day. So if, yeah, before you start flaming the comments section about how it's not allowed, we're aware, our bad, won't happen again. But for the purposes of this battle report, we did treat it like a hex without realizing it, and yeah, the Glean Magic went off on his Butcher, and I got the Harmonic Convergence away from him, and made him a level 1 Wizard. Although the wound didn't hurt him. Or the hit, anyway. Over here, the Demon Prince kind of whiffs. The Demon Blade, I rolled a 2, got his normal 5 attacks. I hit myself once and hit him twice. He armor saved 1. Well, I got both wounds through on him. He armor saved 1, so 1 wound got through on him. And I actually did not wound myself, so you know, it was a charge, rear, and a wound to nothing, and they ended up needing like a 4 or 5 to stay, and they made their break check, but they did not make their test to turn around and face me. So it wasn't all bad, but yeah, so far I'm not shunning the Demon Blade. It's not that bad. I like the potential for 9 attacks. Over here, the Hellstriders and the Ashicus the Muse caster are able to put 2 or 3 wounds on the cannon. They take 1 for their trouble, and with flank charge wounds to his 1 wound, he breaks, and we run him down. And yeah, they get devastating charge, which was their mission in life. Over here, we just start munching on ogres, just start destroying them as fast as we possibly can. I take a wound or 2, but for the most part, the ogres are dropping like flies, but they're steadfast. There's nothing I can do about that, so they stick it out. Here's bottom of 2 after movement is Iron Guts going to the Mutalith, who I had positioned last turn to take that charge so he couldn't slam into my warriors. I hate sacrificing the Mutalith, but right here in this moment, I start realizing I need a chaff unit. I need like a unit of dogs. So I'm thinking about it at this point, and sacrificing the Mutalith was not my plan. It was not ideal, but it is what it is. I figured the Mutalith is like half the points cost of the warriors, so that's what I decided to do. There it is. I'm sorry, Mutalith. I really am. I didn't mean to throw you away, buddy, but I had to. Here's the warriors catching a big old monster to the face. Wasn't too excited about that one either. Again, his magic phase is useless, and he has no shooting phase anymore, so we go straight to combat, and we start with the Mutalith one, and I think I do a wound, maybe 2 to the unit. I can't remember, no, I kill his BSB. Never mind, the Mutalith kills the BSB. So, yeah, there's that. The BSB dies, but I lose my Mutalith in the process, and he turns to face to his right after that. My Demon Prince kills off. He does 3 wounds. He ends up doing 3 wounds. I think I got like 6 or 7 attacks, which was awesome. I hit myself once, but I armor saved it. And I did like 3 or 4 wounds to him, killed 1, the other one ran. I did not pursue, and I turned to face the Iron Guts because I figured the Demon Prince could handle that. Over here, well, there's where the Mornfang ends up. He bounces through some stuff. But yeah, we found out the cool way that, what's it called? Iron Guts, or I'm sorry, impact hits, duh. Impact hits do not occur when you're fleeing through units. You actually have to charge. It's actually in the rule, and that was thanks to YouTube. Some of my viewers and stuff on YouTube, somebody mentioned that. We looked it up, and you're absolutely right. So YouTube community, thank you. We appreciate it, and that my chariots and my warrior and my BSB, thank you as well. So yeah. Anyway, that's where the Mornfang ends up. Yep, and then over here, a little bit of pain. I lose a few warriors, and I put 3 wounds on the Thunder Tusk, which was shocking. I don't mind telling you, I was actually very surprised that that happened. But my opponent is very upset because he's flubbing his rolls, and he's taking a lot of wounds, and things just aren't going his way at all here. Uh, yeah, then we go into the Bulls combat, and I lose a Troll. I take another wound on the Orcish Elegance Chariot, but he loses like 4 more ogres to the amount of wounds I'm just throwing out at him. They stay because they're steadfast still, but oh man, is he upset at this point. And I understand, everything's going left field. It's bottom of 2, and most of his army is dead or fleeing. It's rough. It's really rough. And then we go to top of 3, and as you can see, the Demon Prince slams into the side of the Iron Guts. My Hellstriders move to intercept the Mornfang because I want those points, and everything else is just getting ready to beat the crap out of everything. Over here you can see the Demon Prince got into their flank there, and he's getting ready to just mulch them. And then again, I glean magic, and I get his regen spell here. And I did, like I said, I realized it the next day. I don't think anybody else has even noticed it yet. I'm saying, oops, I screwed up here, and I gleaned magic on his butcher. We rolled off. I beat his. It was level 4 to level 4, so it was a die roll. I actually won. I rolled a 6. He rolled a 4. And I got, he's now a level 3 wizard, and he lost his regen spell, and at that point my opponent's tolerance for this game is just completely gone, and he quits. And so yeah, it's a victory for the Warriors. And while the glean magic was used incorrectly, honestly, other than just pushing him over the edge, which the next combat probably would have done when I killed him or whatever, it really didn't affect the overall game. I did try to cast Harmonic Convergence, but he dispelled it, and obviously I never used a regen spell. But yeah, that's my fault. I admit that fully, and I apologize. But yeah, like I said, he quits, and this is how the game is at the end of the game. And yeah, I chalk it up as a victory for the Warriors of Chaos. Quick timeout. Once again, here are the banners. Get the banners. You like the banners? I'm getting I'm getting another banner from him. A buddy of mine got a banner from him, and yeah, your armies play better with his banners. Just think about it. Think about it. You think I'm a liar? Try it. But yeah, it was a total victory for Lord Tremendous, even with the screw up with the Glean Magic, which really didn't affect the overall outcome of the game. He ended up quitting in round 3. I lost my Mutilith Vortex Beast on the sacrifice play. Since the Ogres quit, they lost everything. My magic phases were insane this game, though. In round 1, I rolled an 11 and I channeled 1, so I had 12 dice. And in the round 2 and 3, I had 10 dice. It was insane. Like I said, I realized after the game, I realized it a day after the game, that Glean Magic is a direct damage spell and can't target models in combat. Won't happen again. I can promise you that much. My bad. But it was fun. It's always fun playing Ogres, and buddy, I'm ready for a rematch anytime. But yeah. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching my battle reports. I know it's been a little while since I've posted one, but I've been out of town on business, so I'm back now, and I've got a few battle reports to post on here, so it should tide you over. I'll try to get back into the swing of things. And yeah, hopefully I've got a lot more cool stuff going on. I'm starting to put pictures on over the army lists, but as always, if you have any suggestions, put them in the comment section below, and if they're good, I'll implement them, and maybe even mention your name as like a thumbs up or a high five through the internet. But yeah, once again, thanks.